Hello everybody, this is Chris again, and welcome to the Golden Path How It Works training video by Team Quantex. Hopefully you've watched the first video regarding matrices to see the basics on what a matrix looks like and how it fills. Now we're into the Golden Path How It Works, which is specific to the Golden Path. So let's get started. Like with any program, well, most programs, it takes a little bit of upfront money. In this illustration, which we're going to build on, it's called your funding. That could come in the form of a bank transfer or a credit card, or however you want to fund it. You need to pump some money. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Pump some money into what the Golden Path calls the TGP wallet. TGP standing for the Golden Path. We're just going to call it the wallet because it's easier to pronounce. But it works just like a regular wallet, a physical wallet that you carry in your purse or in your back pocket. It holds your money. In this case, it holds your money in the Golden Path program. So you put some money from your outside source, credit card, bank account, whatever, into your funding, into your wallet. And then from there, it gets fed into the Golden Path, the actual working parts, so to speak, of the Golden Path. And this illustration is the best representation that we could come up with to visually represent how the Golden Path process works. Some people say this looks like a maze, other people say it looks kind of like a stairwell. I even had one person say, well, it looks like Donkey Kong. With the barrels rolling down and a big gorilla chasing you. But you can see it consists of 5 levels. Level 1 being at the bottom, obviously. Then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then an exit at the top. So what happens on day 1 when you put some money into your wallet? On day 1, $2 gets taken out of your wallet and put into this machine, whatever you want to call it, the maze, the stairwell, and you purchase a position, a blue position, like we talked about in the previous video. And that position is your matrix. You're sitting at the top. Blue. Remember the blue rectangle that said you? You're sitting at the top. You have 6 empty positions below you. Well, that's what this $2 circle represents. You have just purchased that position at the top of a matrix. So you own the position at the top and the matrix represented by this blue circle. I'll probably refer to them as either matrices or marbles later on. Kind of reminds me of a marble maze that I used to play with as a kid. Regardless, so you purchase your first $2 position matrix marble. And then the next day, the system again automatically takes $2 out of your wallet and purchases another matrix, another position. All right? And your original purchase gets pushed down the line a little bit. And as these matrices proceed down the line, they get filled. They get more blue rectangles in them. Okay? Other people coming into the program in various other ways. There's something called angel positions, which we'll talk about in the next video. People come in, they buy a subscription. They may get placed in your matrix. And like I talked about in the previous video, my example was Joe. You'd say, well, he's in my matrix. How's he making any money for himself? Well, when he gets placed in your matrix, he creates a matrix of his own underneath him. So he buys a new subscription. He may get placed in your matrix on his $2 subscription, and he starts to build his own. Okay, but in the meantime, he has turned one of your matrix positions, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, below you, he has turned that blue. So it's filled. And as that matrix proceeds down the line in level 1, more and more people go into it until you have 6 people below you, and then it cycles out. What we call cycling out. It gets bumped up, it keeps building, and it gets bumped up. See that arrow going up to the next level? That's when it cycles out of level 1. All right. Let me step back for just a minute here and make a very clear point here, because some people have misunderstood this when I've tried to show them this illustration. simply due to space on the screen. I've shown 4 positions or 4 matrices on level 1 before it cycles out. Okay, that's for illustrative purposes only. I could only fit 4 into this little thing. In reality, your first matrix will probably cycle out somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 days, or excuse me, 15 to 30 days down the road. All right, so there may be 15 to 30 blue marbles or blue circles in reality shown in this illustration. You're not going to cycle out your first matrix in 4 days. Most people say, it's 21 days, 30 days, give or take. So you need to make sure that you have enough funding in your wallet to support that. $2 a day, every day, until that first matrix cycles out. And when that happens, when that matrix goes from level 1 to level 2, it empties, with the exception of you. All right? You're still at the top. You're still at the top, so it creates a new matrix for you. And, as you can see over here on the right, you get paid $2 for every matrix that cycles from level 1 to level 2. And how do you realize that $2? Where do you get it? They don't mail you a check or anything. If you can see that line with the arrows on it, it goes fed back into your wallet. So that first matrix that you paid $2 for now has paid for itself. Anything you earn on that first matrix from here on in is pure profit. Okay, you only paid $2 for it. After it cycles out, it is paid for itself. That $2 goes back into your wallet, and it is used to put another marble into the machine. Now, let's get up to level 2. Same process. Like I said, you start out with an empty matrix, you at the top, and the program's job is to fill your matrix. And it'll just keep moving down the line until it cycles out from level 2 up to level 3. Now, same thing. You see that nice little curved arrow there where your matrix is going up from level 1 or level 2 to level 3. Again, that matrix will empty out, and you'll receive a commission, or an earning, I should say, or return. As you can see over here on the right again, level 2. You've completed level 2, you get paid $5 for that matrix. So now, for that initial $2 purchase of that matrix, you've earned 2 and 5, so that's 7. Now that matrix is making a profit as it cycles up. And the same goes, the same process up through level 3. Fill up level 3, your matrix is full. See that nice curved arrow again? What does that mean? You're going to get paid. Look over there on the right, level 3, you got paid $7. Let's keep going. Level 4. We love those curved arrows where our matrices are bumping up from the previous level to the next level, because that arrow means, hey, I'm going to get paid. Look over there on the right. You've gone from level 4 up to level 5. You completed level 4. You got paid an additional $10. And again, you can see all these arrows, funding, going back into your wallet. All right? So your wallet is growing now, because you're only putting $2 a day in. But eventually, some of these matrices will start to cycle out almost every day. So you might be receiving $5 a day, $7 a day for each matrix in this machine. All right? It doesn't happen overnight. All right? It takes a while to get this whole thing filled up. Some matrices will fill faster than others, depending on how the system decides to place people in it and how many angel positions are being produced. And we'll talk about angel positions, which they are your friend. They are what make this entire design profitable and sustainable. All right, so they're very important. But unless you understand this process, angel positions will mean nothing to you. So we're going to wait to explain those later. They act just like real people, as far as occupying a space in your matrix, but nobody owns them. They are generated by the system at no cost to you, but they fill a position. So, the angel positions are your friend, and you'll see a lot of them in your matrices as the system produces them and places them in there, and they will help fill your matrices more quickly. So proceeding on, You can see the exit up there where the matrices will just get pushed out of this matrix marble maze machine. And what happens there, over again on the right, level 5, you get paid $15. So you can see, oh my goodness, how much money you're earning off that initial $2 purchase. And again, all that gets fed back into your wallet. Now, that's a pretty incredible return. You see over here on the right, I added it all up for you. For your initial $2 going in, you've received $39. All right, that's pretty powerful stuff. So you paid $2, got $39. Your net profit on that $2 is $37. That's pretty crazy money. That's insane money. I'll do that all day, every day. I dare you to walk into your bank, say, hey, this is the return I'm getting. What are you getting? What are you giving? What are you giving? What do you have for me? They won't be able to come anywhere near this. Nowhere near this. Now, like I said, Golden Path is based on what they call a subscription. Each one of these machines, as shown here, this process is called a subscription. This represents one $2 per day subscription. It's not $2 lump sum, one time. It's $2 per day. And I want to warn you, if for some reason your wallet funding were to go to zero, if you didn't put enough money into it to sustain this subscription until it became self-sustaining, or whatever, or maybe you bought too many subscriptions, if it goes to zero, any money that you have put into it up to that point, when it becomes zero, will be lost. The returns are yours. If you got a couple of $2 returns or whatever, those are yours. But if your wallet goes to zero, this entire machine will empty. That subscription will be canceled, and you'll lose all the money that you paid for these matrices inside this machine. So be careful. Based on our experience and also the recommendation of the administrators of this program, they recommend at least $60 in your wallet per subscription. All right, that's the estimated time before a matrix or a subscription becomes self-sustainable. When your matrices proceed high enough in the hierarchy to get bigger payouts, and they become self-sustainable. I recommend to my referrals $60 to $75 and maybe have another $10 to $20 in reserve, in your bank account or whatever. Just be sure not to overextend yourself. You'll be surprised how fast you can start buying more subscriptions with your earnings. Okay, so if you want to buy 10 subscriptions right off the bat, you need to have $20 a day times 30 days in a month. That's $600 a month. Take a little time to do a little figure and really make sure what you can afford before you overinvest or overpurchase, I should say. This is not investment. Overpurchase. If you do overpurchase and overcommit, you'll be crying in your beer in about 20 days when you can't support what you've purchased. So just be wise about what you do when you get involved. Okay? So that is the golden path to success. I hope this clarifies some things. Again, that's not exactly how it works, but I think it's a very good model, a good representation that will give you at least an idea of how this is working. I've been working this program for a number of months now, and I started out with one subscription, modest, kind of kicking the tires and dipping my toe in the water. And after 2 weeks, I saw my first $2 commission pop out. I said, well, that's cool. And a few days later, another one popped out. And then I started getting $5, kept building and building and building, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy another subscription because I averaged out my daily income over the last week and a half prior to this decision, and said, okay, I'm making more than $4 a day, so I can afford to add another subscription to my first one. Did the same thing for my third one, and so forth and so on. And it starts to build exponentially. Your growth income curve becomes more and more steep, which means that your income is growing faster and faster by the day.